So there is Corinne Laframboise,
My
and we're not
God.
even going to address what AJ's talking about. AJ, before the show, was actually telling Corinne that she should use cocaine to avoid the effects of jet lag, which Fred and
What an
AJ and
advice.
Corinne and we all disagreed and said that was not good advice. And this is why we don't take AJ's advice ever on the show. And we're going to get to UFC 260 picks, and we'll only take AJ's advice on the card if he agrees with me, because otherwise it's going to be ridiculous, whatever he's going to say later tonight. Corinne, first of all, thank you for being here, and congratulations. Fresh off a win 5 days ago in the United Arab Emirates. You're here joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you, and congratulations. What an awesome win.
Thank you to have me on the show. That's really appreciate. And big win in Abu Dhabi last weekend. So proud of it. Was a jiu-jitsu clinic.
Yeah, a sweet armbar. You got another victory. And, you know, this is something that we've seen over and over from you. Beautiful jiu-jitsu and great MMA. You know, you're just doing it again. And you've been fighting here in the United Arab Emirates. This is, what, your third fight for that company? It's starting to feel like a home company for you. Your record is getting bigger. Everything is kind of moving in the right direction for you. What's next? I mean, I know it's just 5 days off the big fight, but what's next right now for you?
Yeah, it's just 5 days off, but I feel like top shape. So I'm just doing that quarantine time, and then after let's go back to work. And we talk about. I cannot say when or exactly, but we talk about the championship fight for the next one. So the 125 pounds belt, it's vacant. It's available since the Manon Fiorot left for the UFC. So that's gonna be the next step for me, the fight for the belt.
Well, that's huge. Yes. That's big news. You're in quarantine right now. When did you get back to Canada?
The 22nd of March.
So you didn't stay around in Abu Dhabi. You came right back.
No, we came 2 days after. So the fight was like the 20th, and we left 2 days after. I live over there. Like usually it's nice. We can go outside. We can go at the beach. But now it was just like I'm going at the hotel, locked down in Abu Dhabi. So beautiful outside. Wow. I had the time to take a little tan. Actually, I burned a little bit. But that's it. We are locked down over there, and they are really strict with those new rules with the COVID. I think my nose get just bigger because we get tests every day over there with the swab.
Wow.
They are really strict on the procedure. But no, it was nice to be able to fight during that time. So I cannot complain too much.
They test you every day?
They test us every day. First of all, we need a COVID test to take the plane. So 48 hours before to take the plane. After that, we arrive in Dubai. In Dubai, to go to Abu Dhabi, we need to pass one test. Okay, perfect. After that, they put us in lockdown in Abu Dhabi at the hotel. And every day we have a COVID test. To be sure that nobody have something,
right?
And no, I think I passed 8 COVID tests. This time was good because the last time in the summer, the last fight I had, I broke my nose, but with or without nose broken, they do those tests. They do this test, so this time was a little bit better.
Yeah, I can imagine sticking something up your nose when you have a broken nose that's horrible.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
Horrible, yes.
Oh my God, that's the life of an MMA fighter, right? It's tough work. It's tough. People don't realize like the fights is one thing, but like dealing with the injuries, it's after the fight, right? After the fight, it's like things happen. Even when you win, there are things you got to deal with in the days and weeks and months after fights, because these things, it's not like, oh, you're in a fight and you get a couple cuts and you're okay. It's like a car crash pretty much every time you go in there, right?
It depends. There are some.
Yeah.
The last fight was like, I cannot complain. I have like my body's top shape. I have nothing, no problem. But if I give the example of my first fight in MMA, I won 2 minutes of the first round by armbar, but I have time to broke my jaw at two. Like I get punched on the jaw and I broke it. So it's no, it's you're in the pain business now, so it's
Yeah.
different. But the goal is to avoid those situations.
But
That's
you're a
it.
dental hygienist, so you must get free treatment after that, no?
Exactly. Exactly. I have a nice orthodontic treatment after that, so they are all straight
Nice.
for the moment. Yes.
And this now during the pandemic, you fought now 3 times. So you've been, or I guess maybe twice, because the first time you fought in Abu Dhabi was in late January. It wasn't of last
Exactly.
year, right? So it didn't quite start yet. It was still kind of normal. But now you've done it twice, going over there and fighting during the pandemic. Is it different
Yeah.
doing it now, coming back, than it was last year in July when you did it the first time?
But it's a little bit more complicated. Like now with it's more complicated here in Canada with the government restrictions and but over there like. What is new? It's you need to pass those COVID tests, and everybody's in bubbles, so you need to take your appointment to go at the gym or like, and you're really like locked down. You're not allowed to go out or visiting. It's not a possibility. Which it was in July. We was able to go outside and to go see La Mosquée du Sac Zaïd and to walk around. But now this time it was really a lockdown at the other part of the world. So
And
that's
now,
the difference.
yeah, and now in Canada, what's it like for you? Do you have to be? I don't know what the rules are now. I try not
Are
to
you
pay
training
attention.
illegally?
No, that's not what we want to know.
No.
No, she's training legally. Everything she's done has been totally above board. We're not asking her about the gyms and everything like that. I want to know about, like, do you have to be in a hotel now for quarantine? Do you have to? What's the story? Like, are you at home? Where are you?
Actually, I'm at home. I'm at home for 14 days, and yeah, we need to send information to an application, ArriveCan, and report every day, or if you have a headache, blah blah blah.
Right.
And we need to we pass the COVID test arriving to the airport, and 10 days after they give you another COVID test to pass at home, and after 14 days I shall be good to go. I'm the more clean person that you cannot expect for the moment, because damn, I passed those tests and who are all negative. So let's continue on that. Let's be negative.
That's it. Continue on the negative path. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, Fred is right, though. He makes a good point about training. Like, is it difficult to train? We have more restrictions in Canada than maybe fighters in New Zealand. Do you think that there is an advantage for certain fighters fighting other places where they have fewer restrictions? Has it been difficult for you to train MMA, to continue your training under these kind of rules?
For sure, it's a challenge. It's a more challenging because like now all the gym are closed, and when you look at it, I think it's Miami. I was talking with one of my friends, and he's able to train every day, no problem. And I think even in France, they do kind of they are able to work on the people are reduced, but they are able
Yeah.
to work. It's just like in Quebec, we are strict, and the curfew, they're not allowed to go at the gym. So it's you need to be more original in your training, for sure.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And I can't help but think that, we're putting Canadian athletes at a disadvantage when they go out there competing against other people, because we
Yes.
have these, and we're not encouraging our athletes. And I think that's a real problem here. We're not doing a lot for these athletes like you that are competing here,
No.
but we're not kind of making it easy for you. And then you're going and competing against people from other parts of the world, and you're at a disadvantage in a way because they have fewer restrictions, right? It's difficult. It's really tough.
100%.
It's really tough. I feel for you, and I feel for everybody competing in MMA these days. especially from Quebec and from Canada, because it's tough. Like, I don't know how you guys are doing it, training, you know?
But even for the
They give
coaches, if you look at
exemption
like
for
Go ahead, Corinne. Sorry, AJ.
they give exemption for a hockey player, or and we are not
Right.
able to have it like for us, because I think it's a federation thing, or I don't know what is it, but no, our government doesn't help us at all for on that part.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. And when do you go back to
Yeah.
work in the dental hygienist world?
I'm gonna do maybe, because like I study in dental hygiene, so I want to keep my license active. So that's why we need to have formation continue. I don't know what's the translate, but we need to do some hours in our works to
Right.
keep our license active. So I take a little bit of contract, and now I'm working at the Carrefour Dentaire Richelieu on South Shore of Montreal for another I'll book another month there, but I prioritize like 100% my fight and my training, and I want to push on the MMA part, which drives me more than to be a dental hygienist. But I like that the clients are different.
Yeah, yeah, it's different for sure. You could be like
no punching in the mouth.
you're like the Britt Baker.
No.
You're like the Britt Baker of MMA, and I don't think you probably don't know who Britt Baker is, Corinne, right? Britt Baker,
No.
she is a dentist, okay? She is a dentist. She's also a pro wrestler, and she wrestles in AEW. Last week she had a match. She was all bloody. It was crazy. She's very tough. She's also a dentist. Look up Britt Baker. I'm sure you would like her. She is a pro wrestler and a dentist for real. She's a real tough lady, and, it's something about dentistry and fighting. I don't know.
I will have a look at it. I will have a look at her. But I heard that all the time. Like the weekend, she break the tooth, and
That's right.
during the week, she fix it. So I heard that that story all the time. But it's funny.
AJ, you got any questions here?
No, I was going to say actually earlier with the coaching and that it's so tough for the fighters to get like proper training in Canada, but it's also for the coaching itself. And I was going to get to Corinne, where her coach, like I'm saying, Fabio, in fact, went from Charles Jourdain fighting in Vegas, who flew over to Abu Dhabi. And I don't know how many swabs Fabio got from like Vegas to Abu Dhabi. But the challenge is like that these Canadian coaches are really pushing the envelope. I mean, they're trying to accommodate their fighters. And like this individual went from like Vegas straight to Abu Dhabi. And I don't know how it was, Corinne, like, to get
seriously, I told Fabio that I really appreciate, and I'm pretty sure Charles Jourdain appreciate that too, because like he's doing compromise too. Like he needs to do those quarantine after all, and like he left the country for 1 week before me, because he was in Vegas with Charles, and after he took the plane straight to go to Abu Dhabi. And now he needs to do 2 weeks of quarantine at home. So he's Fabio's doing a great job. I can count on him, and he support us he believe in the fighter that he's training, and he support us, and we can see it in that situation. So.
And I was gonna get at is that Fabio, like being with Charles Jourdain, who's in the UFC. I know that he was rubbing elbows with Khabib. I know he talks to Dana White. Have you had an opportunity to get any talks with Dana? Like, any potential? Is there anything brewing that we should know about?
Dana White, not personally, I didn't talk with him, but Dana White, Khabib, and Dean Thomas was there for the last UAE Warriors when Louis Jourdain fought, and they are there to have a look on the fighter, and there's a couple of fighters who fought in UAE Warriors who just upgrade in the UFC. So I think it's a good tremplin, good transition to go in the UFC. So I didn't have the chance to talk with him personally, but I know he's there and he's around, and he have a look on that organization, UAE Warriors.
And you can bet that once you take that belt home, they're going to come calling. That's what's going to happen. That's the next step. That's what I see.
Dave, I was actually going to say, actually, I don't know if Corrine knows this, but I just got some rankings about 3 hours ago. And Corrine is actually ranked second in the Middle East out of 115 active fighters. So you're actually ranked second in the Middle East right now. So I don't know if you knew that fact,
Sounds
but
good,
that
huh?
came out about 3 hours.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's awesome. And right now, you're ranked first in Quebec, as well as fourth in Canada. So, I mean, your stock is definitely going up. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of eyes in the women's division and like possibly the UFC, which, hopefully Dana White is listening tonight.
That's right.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's right.
I have
Hey, man, I
couple
pestered
of
him enough.
offer. Sorry?
Oh, go ahead,
I
Corinne.
said I
It's just
bothered him
AJ
enough
stuff.
to watch it.
Oh, cool. Continue. I have
I
a
will.
couple of after that fight. I had a couple of offer on other organization, but I really plan to. I love UAE Warriors. It's an amazing organization. They take really care of the fighter, and they have amazing publicity, visibility. So I plan to stick there until I move to the big one. The last goal is to go at the UFC for sure.
Who's the Dana White of that company? Like, who owns UAE Warriors?
Mr. Fouad Darwish.
Okay, and he's a good man.
He's a really good man. Really good man. You can see that he loves what he's doing, and he put all the effort to make those show really interesting, really amazing. And he just started like last weekend. I fought on the Saturday. UAE Warriors 18, but on Friday they put another show, UAE Arabia. So you can see that he really loves what he's doing, because like he's able to build two shows back and back. I don't know if you know how complicated is it to make happen one show, but they are able to do it for Friday and for Saturday, and they have the goal to put show. I think every month or every month and a half, which is a big
Yeah.
big deal.
Not many
Yeah.
MMA promotions are able to do that, especially during these times, but just even normal times, that's a big deal. And you watch the promotions, we watch you fight there, it's like it's a high level production. It looks, just like the UFC. It's just as good. So definitely looks like a great promotion. We look forward to seeing you as their champion coming soon. And we'll talk to you again.
Yes.
We'll talk to you again when we know who the opponent is and everything like that. So thank you very much, Corinne.
Perfect.
And
Thank
don't
you
forget,
very
Corinne,
much to
Skittles.
That's right.
Tony.
That'll help your jet
my
lag.
God.
That'll help your jet lag.
Skittles. I wish you a good night to all of us, and talk to you soon when I'm gonna have the name of my opponent.
There she is, Corinne
Yes.
Laframboise. Follow her
Thank you.
at Co Laframboise on Twitter. There she is. Thank you, Corinne.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.